gosh, what episode is this? We were so busy catching up. This is season 2, episode 7.
I think so. Welcome to Sip Happens.
Season 2, episode 7. Welcome to Sip Happens. I hope everyone has had a wonderful week of meditation and mindfulness after last week's episode. Did you rest your winter card?
Max is super into pulling cards, and I love it. And I'm still working on incorporating it into a daily practice, but I have them by my bed, and I pull cards with Max now. I have my Divine Feminine Oracle deck, and then I have my Spirit Animal Wilderness deck. And the challenge with him is he pulls cards, and he bases them purely upon obviously what they look like. So if he gets a unicorn, he thinks it's an amazing card. But if he gets something that looks like dark and scary, he thinks it's bad. And so
is he pulling cards for himself or for you?
Both. He pulls a card for himself. I pull a card for myself, and then
maybe he needs his own deck.
He might need his own deck.
His own Oracle deck.
He might. That might be the next step. So
okay. Well, if he's into it, I will out myself. I have not pulled any cards since we recorded. I did think about the ways I could pivot in my life. That was the card pulled for me. I don't think I have pivoted. I don't know. We pivoted our plans this morning. So we are recording the Sunday of Memorial Day weekend, and we packed all the kids in the car, loaded up the diaper bag, snacks, bottles, the works, and drove to Liberty Science Center and pulled up to the parking lot and have never seen so many cars. We have a membership. We are there often. We love it. But it was the most packed I've ever seen it. It's a rainy, glum, just drab, gray day. And apparently everyone had the same idea. Every time we've gone, have just been able to walk right in, no line, no wait, no nothing. There was a line out the door of people in raincoats, umbrella, and we immediately turned around and we pivoted. Nope. We pivoted. We were like, this is not happening. If this
wants to go to Target
outside, we literally went to TJ Maxx. I'm not even I was making a pancake this morning and dropped an egg on the floor, and it got on my slippers, and we were like, well, guess we're going to buy slippers. So thankfully my pivot worked. I don't think that's what the card meant, or maybe it did. I don't know. But man, am I glad we pivoted, because that sounded miserable.
How enjoyable is getting a Starbucks and going to Target or TJ Maxx or Home Goods?
It was so nice.
Is there anything better sometimes? I don't know.
It is. It's tough because it's a rainy holiday weekend. So it was also very busy. And we are now a 2-cart family. We need to be a 2-cart family because we've got the car seat in one cart and then the 2 kids contained in the other cart, or the 2 older ones are running around and the baby's in the car seat and pushing her. It's a lot of moving parts with everyone. It's not as family friendly at a crowded TJ Maxx as it would be at a science center or some sort of kid friendly activity, but we made it work. Everyone had fun. And because they were great listeners, they got to pick a new toy, and then we got home and they got to pick out toys to donate, to replace with the new toys they just got. So we made a whole thing of it.
I love it.
Made a whole thing of it. Yeah. It's disgusting though. And now the cats are fighting behind me. Fantastic.
Crazy. Well, we have had a instrumental, impactful weekend. Yesterday on Memorial Day, Saturday, we let Max know that we are moving across the country.
Big move.
Which is a big move and a big deal. And
is it a big deal? Not to belittle it. I'm actually asking because you've moved across the country before. Does it feel bigger now than when you moved to California for GoPro?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a totally different.
Okay.
It feels bigger because when I moved from New York to San Mateo for GoPro, I was not married yet. We were engaged, but technically not married. And it was our first year of marriage. No kids, just me, no dog. It just felt like such a different, less baggage, more freedom, less risk. And now this is 12 years later, I have a husband, a 7-year-old, a dog, a life, a home. And so it
impacts a lot more people this time around.
Absolutely.
Animals.
But we're very excited about it. It is job related, moving to the West Coast and going to start a bit of a new chapter out there. But I think the biggest, thing that I wanted to talk through with you and even to share that we haven't even talked about is how you deal with that with kids. And I was going to try to go to ChatGPT and be like, what would Dr. Becky say? he has been overhearing us talk about this over the past couple of weeks. It's been a kind of an active conversations, and kids hear everything, so they always know. And we're sensitive to that. And yesterday was kind of, it came to a head where he heard us in my husband's office and Craig's office talking about it with a realtor looking at some rentals out in the Bay Area. And yeah, and he kind of was like, what are we talk? What are you guys talking about? What's going on? Why are you guys in there? Why is the door closed? Help me with Netflix. And I was like, you know what? I feel like we gotta like just kind of, this is it.
This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so he had, I don't even say like an outsized reaction because I think it was a normal reaction, but he was extremely upset, crying, angry, fighting, yelling, sweating, hitting, a complete breakdown for about 45 minutes, dry heaving, making himself so upset, and was just laying with him on the couch, kind of trying to, listen to him, validate his feelings. And then all of a sudden, something like clicked. It was like he was disassociating from this trauma, and he clicked and he turned into this bubbly, cuddly, high energy, happy boy who just wanted to sit on the couch and watch a movie with me, and then go and take Lemon for a walk and literally pick up trash along our neighborhood because he wants to be kind to Mother Earth, and could not have been happier, and asking me to
the best kid.
Yes, no, but it was always like it was that type of reaction was almost scarier because it just was going from such a place of like
complete
dark,
180. Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm like, something's happening here.
I would love for someone who's qualified to unpack that and explain.
I would love that. And so like, of course, my mom's
potentially
like,
could be happening there.
Are you talking to your family therapist and counselor? I'm like, we don't have a family therapist or counselor. Like, we probably could use
Also,
one.
does
But,
your
like,
mom have a family therapist or counselor?
No, my mom could use a family therapist or counselor. So those who live in glass houses.
Okay, just curious.
Just curious. No, yeah. So I don't know, but like honestly, it's a genuine question of like, so think about it. If you guys were moving with Emmy and your kids, and like, so here's what I
like how to tell them what is the right or wrong way.
It's not even about that. Like where I'm at right now is the question is, how big of a deal do I make this move? For example, he knows we're moving. We've had this talk. So number one, should this continue to be a daily conversation point where we're just starting to normalize this conversation? Should we be looping him into, kind of know, like talking
Planning.
about planning, like getting him excited, like, hey,
letting him look at rentals and
yes,
options.
like, hey,
which
maybe you
room
could
do
have
you
a
like?
pool,
Yeah,
kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's one piece. Then the second piece is thinking about school. We're coming towards the end of school. So like we need to tell his school coming up this week. We're not coming back for second grade. And his school is so community focused. He's been there since he's been in nursery twos. This is the only school environment that he's known. His friends, his everything. And I love it because he's such a beloved kid there, which makes me feel so good. And it also breaks my heart. Like teachers, kids, students, everything. And so what I'm also nervous of is when I tell school that we are not coming back, and the teachers know, and the curriculum know, or not curriculum, the staff know, I don't want for the last couple of weeks of school to be this constant reminder with parents, teachers, admin people be like, Max, I heard you're not coming back next year. We're going to miss you so much. And like every day having it be a thing.
Yeah.
And so that's
not just
one
being able
thing.
to enjoy the last few
Kind
weeks of
of.
school
And
as a
like,
student.
I don't know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
do we
I
do
feel
a
like that's
going away
fair.
party? Like, do you do a going away
I
party?
would,
Do you have
100%.
closure? Like, is
Yeah.
that too hard? Okay. I don't know. Like,
I would. So I mean, I've never done this. I don't know, but I feel like I completely agree with you that his response was normal. Like this is the only life he's ever known. This got to be devastating, terrifying. He has no idea. Has he ever even been to California?
No, but like I would also argue it's not about, excuse me, I'm not crying, everyone, I'm just coughing.
She gets really emotional.
I get really emotional. No, I love it because Stefany and I were texting last night about something else, and you thought I was getting emotional. I was like, no,
She
I'm
did.
in the
She
rain
sent a picture
carrying.
and was like, I teared up when I saw the picture, but she was telling me what someone else had said. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're getting so emotional. It was not.
No,
I thought it
not
was like
me.
a rare Steph tearing up moment.
I
but,
am
you
like
know,
this. I am so excited about this. I think this is an amazing
as you should be.
chapter.
Yeah.
Anyways, whether or not we move to California or we move to Connecticut or Westchester or New Jersey, a move's a move. So like whether we are moving across the country or we were moving to New York City, he would have the same reaction. Like that's my point of view. I would because it's he has no sense
You
of
think if
like,
you moved back to Brooklyn, I know he was an infant when you were in Brooklyn, but do you think that because that's a drive from his space that he
I don't
knows in
know.
his home?
I think I can ask him. I would love to have a conversation with him, but I, I bet it is less about
The
I don't
distance.
know. I do. It's less about the distance and more about the changing schools, the changing community, the
Yeah, it's
change
a
of
big change
friends.
regardless.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's changed. So like whether we're going to Greenwich or Westchester or Jersey or wherever, like it still would be a new routine, a new environment, new everything. And like, I don't know, a flight is long, but so is a drive. I don't know. That's my sense is it's not the
Yeah,
distance.
maybe that's one of the concerns, but very low on the totem pole of everything else that he's processing.
Yeah. So I don't know. And like I know it's gonna be so hard and I think about like is he gonna have a hard time like first day of school? Is he gonna freak out and start crying? Is he not gonna be able to make friends? Like all of the things.
Yeah.
So
I think, I mean, again, I've never been in this situation, but I think I would approach it from as you mentioned, including him in decisions and in the conversations and, a part of everything that you're planning, because you guys are planning a lot now. This is a thing. But also making it part of your day-to-day conversation, because you've been talking about it day to day already. Like, don't stop and don't exclude him from conversations because you think it might hurt his feelings, unless you start including him and he gets more upset and it starts becoming a bigger thing. Then yeah, obviously don't like continue trying to
yeah,
force him to be
yeah.
included if it's obviously making him more upset. But I feel like if I were a kid going through that, because I wish I could remember my family. When I was in second grade, my whole family moved from Atlanta to Seattle. I'm one of four kids. The whole family uprooted, left, and I have zero memory of what that was like. I mean, I remember loving being in Seattle. I don't remember being told that we were
I
moving. I
forget
don't
about
remember.
this. How long were you in Seattle?
2 years. Two
Okay.
years. And maybe it was less because my dad had been flying back and forth from Atlanta to Seattle for about a year, where he would fly like every Monday through Thursday, be in Seattle, and then come home every Friday to Sunday in Atlanta. So maybe by the time we ended up all moving to Seattle, the kids were all just so excited. Now I want to ask my siblings and see if anyone remembers. I don't remember the actual conversation about, hey, the whole family's moving there now
But
and what that was like.
do you remember school in Seattle during
Yeah,
that
but the
second
other thing
there?
is I was there. My sister's a year younger than me. My older sister, younger sister, and younger brother, we were all at the same school. So I had people I was going with. I was going to a class by myself, and I loved the class, and I made friends, and I loved my teacher, Miss Langhurst. I can't tell you all of
Oh,
my
you
teachers'
remember her?
names, but I can tell you my
Wow.
teacher in Seattle was
Wow.
wonderful. I loved Miss Langhurst. She's the one who gave
I
me
cr-
my love for impressionist art
oh my
and
gosh.
Monet, which is where my husband proposed to me in front of
What?
Monet's lily pads at the Met. So like I
Okay.
all because I moved across the country as a kid. So I don't remember it could have been traumatizing when we had that initial conversation, but all I remember is loving it, loving the experience and having the best time and really making some of these amazing core memories. And it was literally, I was there second and third grade. It was Max's age. So
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that, but I did. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's what we're working through. That's the biggest thing. And it's like we're having friends over this afternoon that we haven't seen in a long time. And obviously, this is like a big life update that we're gonna be talking about it with them. And so I'm also kind of like, like I want to start to like not have to talk about this in like hush hush. Like we're having friends over, and their girls are gonna come over, and Max is gonna overhear us talking about this. And
yeah. Well, and
I
it's
want to
something that
start.
you're really excited about personally,
Yeah,
as
but
you should be.
I
Like,
want to have this like out in the open. I don't want to be like, oh, let's not talk about it too loud. Like Max is in the other room, Like
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
maybe you
doing that.
preface him beforehand, like we're having friends over and we're going to be telling them about this. So like just give him a heads up that the topic is coming up. I don't know. I mean,
I don't.
I,
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know. I know. I
it's our
know.
first time parenting, folks. We're figuring it out as we go,
I know. I have someone
doing
else
our
who I'm going
best
to
over
text
here,
kind of ask. So that's our big
which is huge
life
news.
update, which is huge. More to
Yeah.
come. I'll share a lot more in the coming weeks. But I'm excited. California. We'll keep
Good.
Awkward. We'll just keep our stuff here. But
Super,
we'll.
super important question. You already purchased Kacey Musgraves tickets for this summer after this theoretical move. Well, now it's a real move. What's your plan? You coming back for Kacey? You buying Kacey tickets on the other coast?
Don't you think I haven't thought about this? I have.
The
Just
very important questions.
I know. I don't know. I guess I'll come. Honestly, it's over Labor Day weekend, so maybe I'll just like
Great.
come on back, you
Cool.
know? Yeah.
Why not?
Come on back for Kacey. I know. It just, again, the timing of this just really warps all of our summer plans because we need to get out to, the Bay Area for school to start, which is like mid-August.
Which is so smart. That's not something I would have thought about. And you really pressed for that, making sure that this move could happen before the school year so it's not further traumatic for your kid having to move in the middle of a school year. That's like, duh, that logically makes so much sense.
Yeah. So luckily, I have an amazing team, so we will hopefully make that happen. But yeah, it just kind of the summer plans, like, I mean, it's May. It's basically June 1st right now. So it's basically June 1st. So
it is. It really
we have
almost is June.
A month. I might be flying out by myself to look at a couple of rentals to just, it's a wild time right now in terms of like inventory. We'll rent and like go from there. I know. Craig's gonna have to drive across the country with Lemon because we're not gonna fly her. So that's a thing.
Yeah. Lemon.
Uh-huh. Lemon, baby girl, lives the best like possible. So for her to go from country life in Accord to this gorgeous like Marin County area close to trailheads, like girlfriend.
No, she's gonna be fine. She's the least. I'm the least concerned about her of all the Miller-Merskys. She'll be perfectly fine. But speaking of Lemon, actually, I'm surprised that you don't have one of these. Have you heard about? And I'm going to say it wrong because I actually don't know if it's Phi or Fi, Fi. It is a smart collar for dogs.
Okay.
So I know you have the little GPS tracker on her collar.
Yeah.
So this has that, but it's also essentially like an Oura ring for dogs. Like it tracks their licking habits, their behavioral habits, how much they're eating, not how much, but like the frequency they're eating, they're drinking, and reports back, this is your dog's health profile.
I love it. I for sure.
How do you not have one of those?
I for sure have heard. So where does it go? Is it on like their collar?
It's a collar. It's built into the collar. So it's a collar, and it looks very similar to your GPS collar. So it's like a collar with like the little black box kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that should be my next subscription. I would love to see it because I bet she is Lauren, and she knows I need more data and like Oura Health. I would love to know. I'm sure she like is clearly above average in terms of her daily steps, given the walks.
Oh yeah, but even like being able to see what stresses her out. If she's super, like when her heart rate goes up when she sees turkeys and things like that, like actually, I would love to see that stuff,
Yeah, that's actually really interesting.
I think it's so cool. But I will say, whoever is running their branding, their social media, anything, I went to their social media page, I went to their website to look for a video or something telling me how to pronounce it. If it's Phi or Fi, it's just Fi. And there was nothing. And I can't be the only one who was curious how to pronounce it. So
Phi,
please.
I thought of like Fido. Is it Phi?
That's what I think. It could be Fido, but
Phi? It definitely has to be Phi. It definitely has to be Phi for Fido because like Phi, like what the
I don't know. Maybe it's Phi.
Hey, okay.
Well, clearly I don't do their branding.
Clearly no.
But Lucy, I think it's really cool, and I'm surprised you don't have one.
But I feel like my first thing I thought of was how accurate could that sensor be? Because like think about like Lucy, her collar, her neck is like so huge.
She has so much fluff.
She has so much fur. Like how is that going to get to like her?
True.
It has to be like so tight.
Yeah, I wonder how, or if it only works on short hair breeds or something. Yeah, curious.
All right,
I don't even know the pricing or any of that, but
I've been in I've been in a hole of work and real estate this week. So the only good things I've been seeing on social has been using social to discover, Bay Area, Marin County real estate, rentals, homes, everything. And then, of course, Miss Hilary Duff, who's just like all over my feed because I just can't get enough of her now.
She's everywhere. I'm not mad at it. I love it. It's fantastic. I actually have seen more from her Sports Illustrated shoot that she specifically asked to not be in bikinis, which I get it, girl. Speaking of, saw a bikini today, and I will send you a picture. We can post it afterwards at TJ Maxx when we were there doing our pivot. Maybe 2 fingers width in the bikini bottom. Like, what is that covering?
A lip.
What? And I don't understand. We've talked about this. I have a more conservative bikini style than other people, but I'd at least like double lip coverage. I would like them both covered. I don't want anyone flapping in the wind. Where do I find that? And it was a Free People bottom. It wasn't like some random brand. It was a Free People bikini bottom.
Crazy. No, Miss Hilary Duff.
Tiny. Hilary,
What did
yeah, she was like,
we
"No,
didn't
I've
talk
had four
about?
kids. I want to wear a
I
one
know,
piece.
but
I
she
want to."
still looks so good. I don't know. I mean, she's just total chef's kiss, Harvard case study of a millennial mom, case study, rebrand,
I
everything.
also saw something about how some people are mad about her stronger, not smaller campaign because she is a smaller woman in general. And to that, I say bullshit. She
Like
is a
smaller house so
like
short.
she's a petite woman to begin with, and it's
I
like
wouldn't call her petite.
that's just her body type. Like she is a compact person.
I would
She's
not call
still
her
allowed to
petite.
promote stronger, not smaller, because she's incredibly strong in her compact body.
Yeah, I
Like,
call bullshit to that too. Because I would not
right? Like
call her, I would never think of her of
people
a
get
petite
so
svelte
stinky
girl.
on the internet for no reason. So
Yeah,
stinky.
no, no.
So what I saw on social this week was actually the last 24 hours. Apparently, it is the biggest to do in the world that Taylor Swift went to the Cavaliers game and sat courtside
Hmm.
without her security next to her. That it is such a badge of honor for Travis to be the only person sitting next to her to be able to keep her safe, that she feels comfortable enough with him in her level of fame right now to just be with him. Obviously, her security was elsewhere, but this theory was blowing up my social media for the past 24 hours that everyone was
I'm
like,
I'm ashamed that I have not stumbled upon said
oh my
theory, but
gosh,
I am proud that at least I did
everywhere.
absolutely catch all of the Taylor Travis Cavs courtside content.
Head to toe Stella
Um,
McCartney.
okay, well, we can get into I was actually hypothesizing this as I was on the Peloton about all of her wedding. Well, I was thinking about like her wedding details, like who's doing her dress, like, and I was thinking like, why have I not been seeing more about this? I think I've also been completely siloed in my own like stuff that's going on that I've had
Yeah,
blinders on.
it's
But I
coming.
want.
It's coming soon. Haven't we confirmed the date is July 3rd, I believe?
Oh, okay. So I don't know any of this. I should know this.
Oh, the internet says that.
Okay. Internet says July 3rd. But wait, I want to go back to the comment on the bodyguard piece. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I did not hear about that.
Hmm.
But Beyonce, Jay-Z, they all sit like courtside and stuff. Are they? I don't
So
ever remember. They literally have a seat
apparently it's a
reserved
specific
for?
to Taylor thing that's the reason she'll only like go to suites and things like that when she's watching games, because she does not feel comfortable without her security nearby, because she is such a top tier celebrity and has stalkers and people who are just obsessed with her. So the fact that she was just sitting with Travis with no security in like the row behind her or the seats next to her, it's apparently a big step for her. It
I would
just
also
speaks
wonder
to
though.
the relationship. Say
Okay.
the internet people.
Well, yeah, yeah. Okay, we don't have to keep to harp on this. I guess I just the courtside seat for me, like just even like logistically for someone to actually like physically get to her is much harder than like other environments. So sure, Travis there protecting her, okay, but you're probably surrounded by other very like A-list, high profile celeb people. I don't know. We don't need to talk about it, but like okay,
Maybe it's a concern, like God forbid she gets hit with a basketball. Oh my
who
gosh.
knows? Wait, so tell me more of the lore of the wedding that I need to know, which I'm ashamed that I
Happening
am
in Rhode
not up to
Island.
this.
Happening in Rhode Island. July 3rd.
At her house that she has there?
No, at a popular wedding venue near her home. Where
Okay.
did I read all of this? I clicked on something that now is feeding me all the Taylor Swift stuff. Um, in Rhode Island on July 3rd, people are not, her invitations are going out with individuals' names, like screen printed on the invitation, so that if someone shares the invitation with the media, they'll know exactly who it was. It's like it'll be on the paper. No plus ones, I heard, which apparently someone was pissed about and said they're not going to the wedding because they don't get a plus one. But obviously, I'm going to call bullshit on that as well, because
You go to that wedding.
you wouldn't have been invited at all if she thought you were someone who was going to tell the media that you weren't going to go. Like, just dumb. Anyway, yeah, that's what I've read so far. I'm surprised because I also like, we've discussed this. It took us a minute to realize live on tape why she's obsessed with the number 13, because her birthday is the 13th. But knowing her obsession with the number 13, I'm surprised she's not getting married on the 13th.
I don't know.
Maybe that's why it's the third.
I need to rejigger my algorithm on TikTok and Instagram to make sure I'm getting fed this content because it's
Just
now just
open your phone right now while we're talking, and it'll pick up all the keywords and start feeding you.
Yes, it should, because right now it's
It'll be
all just
listening.
ChatGPT and AI stuff. So,
Speaking of listening, this has nothing to do with the algorithm or Taylor Swift. We were at a kid's birthday party recently, and there was a couple, another set of parents sitting next to us, and the mom asked for some water, and the dad handed her his bottle of water and then said, "Oh, wait, don't sip out of that. I've been eating cold cuts." And I was like, she's pregnant. And later in the conversation, we were chit-chatting, and they told us they were about 10 weeks pregnant. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was trying to think back to my pregnancies. I don't think I've ever been that level of, I was eating cold cuts, so they were in my mouth, and then I put my mouth on a water bottle, and I'm going to give it to you, and you can't have it because I don't think I would have gotten through any of my pregnancies with my sanity if I was that level of living in a bubble.
hasn't that also been, I don't say like disproven, but it's kind of like a, like what does Emily Oster say? Isn't it just kind
Oh,
of like,
she's causing some drama on our friend Renee's
yeah.
podcast.
Ooh, tell me
She
more.
recently got on the podcast
No,
and was talking about how the data about
that's a good
breastfeeding.
get.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great one. So the mom room with our friend
Uh-huh.
Renee, who actually came on our podcast, she recently had Emily Oster on her podcast, and Emily was sharing some recent research about how data does not show that breastfeeding is actually that much more beneficial to babies
Hmm. Okay.
to drive yourself crazy over and try to make yourself
You want to
force
spark a
yourself to breastfeed.
controversy? Talk about breastfeeding.
Yep. And it is causing drama galore over on poor Renee's posts and videos and
I
all the
thought there was
content.
just always, I mean, everyone should do whatever they need to do. I did both. But like, I thought it's just like, I mean, I thought it is science, that there is science that proves that at least having some sort of breastfeeding for the first is like the antibody connection, right? For at least like, I don't know, like a couple of
Yep.
weeks, like when you have a newborn, like that's like scientifically a way to kind of develop antibodies. Like, and after that, do what you need to do. Again, I'm coming from
So,
a place like not clearly medical knowledge here, but that was always my
yeah, I mean,
understanding.
agreed. Yes. If you want to rile people up, talk about breastfeeding, talk about formula feeding, and just everyone has very strong opinions. Usually people who aren't breastfeeding or formula feeding or even have children at the time, they just love to hear themselves talk. But I think the issue usually comes down to, you can find data to support whatever you want, whatever you
Yeah,
believe, you will
yeah,
always be able to find
yeah,
research or data that
yeah.
supports that. So my thought process has always been, A, do whatever keeps your baby fed and healthy and strong and growing. B, do whatever keeps you sane, which I think you and I have both done. I've breastfed less and less each time because there's been issues. It's just come up every single time, every single child with nursing. All of my kids have had breast milk and formula milk. They all seem to be doing just fine. I was formula fed. I don't think you can tell. Now people are going to be like,
Mm,
"Oh, I could
I
tell. I
I
could
could
tell."
tell. I mean, I
Right? See,
can,
you can
yeah,
tell.
I can. I mean, I
Now that you know, that's all
yes,
you can see about me,
yes.
right?
Now that I know, I see that you were formula fed. That there's clearly,
Yeah.
hmm
I think that the whole, for me, it's find research that you trust. Find not just research, not just one study, but find someone who is doing research in general that you trust, and then look at the research they're doing on particular topics that you are curious about.
There was always something about like gut health and like women who have vaginal births, how their babies have a stronger
Because
microbiome
they come
because
out through the germ chute.
I guess, right? And
Yeah, there's something to
the
that, I
germ chute.
think.
And
I
so
don't
Max
know.
did not come out the germ chute. So I'm like, oh my God, is your microbiome okay? But he seems to be okay. So,
He seems
you
great.
know,
He lives
yeah.
off of chicken
But
fingers,
also,
and
I was a C-section. And so
I
and
don't think
my
I knew that
gut.
about yet, but now
Mhm.
I can tell.
But can you
Now that you
tell?
mention
Yeah.
it, yeah, it's pretty obvious.
I'm a C-section kid, and like my gut's kind of like a little funky. So like I'm like,
Was
Again, you
your
can.
brother C-section, or did your mom?
No, he was a 10-pounder that she pushed out, and clearly you can tell because clearly he's a yeah.
You could see the difference.
Big time.
You
Oh
can
yeah.
see the difference. Yeah. It's those kind of things where you're like, what? Like all of my siblings and I were formula fed. My mom was like, no, I have no interest. She would put like sports bandages around her chest after she gave birth to try and keep the milk from coming in. And I don't think there's research to support that theory, but she formula fed all of us. She also had 4 kids in 5 years. So she would have just been like constantly
Milk machine.
milking nonstop. So do what you got to do. Do what you got to do to keep your kids healthy and strong.
That's
saw
crazy about
something.
your friends there. Yeah, we'll keep going.
Did you see? I forgot about this. There was a mother during Katrina in New Orleans who fed her infant. I want to say it was 7-month-old infant, just cow's milk because she didn't have formula because there was a hurricane and the infant ended up dying because obviously you're not supposed to give babies cow milk. And she was thrown into prison. And she recently was up for parole and she was denied parole.
Oh wow, I've not heard
And
about that.
I don't know how I feel about that case.
Okay, let's go back. Okay, so middle of Katrina, resources are scarce. She had to keep her baby fed, and all she did was give the baby cow's
In a
milk.
moment of desperation, she gave the baby cow's milk.
And was it because the cow's milk was like, well, I would imagine it's not unpasteurized because she's probably buying it out of a 7-Eleven or wherever she could find it.
All that she had available, all that she could find.
Why? I actually don't, but again, this is dumb. I don't know, but is it like the enzymes of cow's milk that just are bad for a baby? I get maybe it's like
Yeah,
too
I
much
actually
cow's milk,
don't.
not
I don't
enough
know the specifics
nutrients.
either. I just know we're not like you're not supposed to give it to. You're not supposed to get. They can't even have water until they turn 1. Like the things you're not supposed to give them. But in a moment of
Okay.
desperation, with limited resources, not having anything, she gave the baby cow's milk, and the baby died. Did not make it, and she was thrown in prison, and she's still in prison.
Because it's probably just like considered almost like child abuse. Like you
Yeah,
are malnourishing
child
and
abuse,
abusing.
child neglect,
I mean, there's so many things to unpack here. Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, how, like, no matter how kind of, I guess,
intent.
yeah, just even like, I say sorry, but like, no matter like what little resources you have in terms of, I don't know. Like, is there someone you could have asked about? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, again, I don't know.
yeah,
All I saw
zero.
was the recent parole thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this story? And scratched the surface. I did not dig into it, but I was like, wow, I don't remember this story back when it happened. I feel like it was
You
probably
know,
heavily
I don't know, but
publicized.
like, yeah, it's like the intent is a question, but also it's just like a desperate mother, desperate to feed their, again, desperate mother, desperate to feed their child. I don't know.
Thankfully, not in that situation. Thankfully, stocked up on Costco formula, and hopefully it does actually. That leads me to something else I've been thinking about a lot, which is mom guilt. And I can't imagine that. I don't want to belittle that woman's experience. So I'm just going to transition to my mom guilt and not say that she's suffering from mom guilt, because that's obviously not what this poor woman is going through. But I had a realization recently that I think I suffer. I don't think I suffer from a lot of mom guilt. Like I'm perfectly fine putting my kids in front of the TV when I need 30 minutes to get a workout in, or when I just am tapped out and want to sit
Yeah.
on the couch and not do anything. I am perfectly fine giving my kids chicken nuggets 3 nights in a row if my brain doesn't feel like thinking of another dinner option. Like I am okay with that. It's taken me a while to get okay with that. That was not an immediate instinct of mine, but I will feel it in my gut and in my soul if it is a rainy day. We're on day 2 of just nonstop downpour, and I can't get my dog outside for a walk. Or
Oh,
if I choose to take that 30 minutes and get on the bike, and that's my only 30-minute window of the day, and I don't use that 30 minutes to go take my dog on a walk. My dog mom guilt, I feel it in my
hmm.
soul.
Yeah,
In my soul.
it's next level. It's next level. I remember when I first got pregnant with Max and I had Lemon, in my soul, I genuinely felt like I don't know if I will love, I think I've talked about this. I don't know if I could love this child as much as I love this dog. Obviously things change, but like, um, yes, like okay, here another example. I coach Max's soccer team,
Hmm.
and Thursday night, busy day at work, and I'm rushing to just get from work to rush to pick up Max from school, and I don't have time for like an evening walk with Lemon. And I just could tell she wanted to go with me so bad. And I was
Yeah.
like, you know what, girlfriend? Absolutely. You come in the car. And I knew that I'd rather have her just come with me, be in the car with me to pick up Max from school. And I was able to, she just sat in the car while I was at soccer practice. But I know that like she'd rather do that and be with me. And then we kind of did a short walk afterwards than stay at home. Like I just physically could not leave her at home. And that killed me, that pained me. I will do anything for that dog.
Yeah.
Anything. Yes.
My dog mom guilt is so strong. My mom guilt, I can deal with it. I'm good. I can rationalize my way around it. My dog mom guilt, I will feel it days
What
later
is
if I'm like,
that?
I didn't get her out.
agree.
We didn't get to run around. She didn't get to run around yesterday. We need to get her out today. Like,
Yes,
okay, all
yes.
right,
I'm
okay.
non-negotiable. Yes. I mean, the amount of times I use my walks with Lemon as my workout time. Like if yes. So
You have, because you choose the dog over yourself. You're like, I have 30
yes.
minutes right now. Do I work
Yep.
out or do I, nope, I'm
And then
gonna
I
take the dog
also,
out.
but I also rationalize that too. I'm like, well, like I kind of rather walk the dog and listen to a podcast anyways than go on the Peloton, but that's another thing. But dog
Dog
mom,
mom
I
guilt.
hear you.
It is
I
real.
know.
It is real. Well, on that note, I should probably go walk my dog. That's not true. I actually walked her before this. It was lovely. And
You
then
should
I
go.
made her
It's not
stop
that.
early.
It's not too rainy.
Our
It,
rain
it
stopped right before this. So I was like, all right, this is my window.
it will come as no surprise that I already put on my big old barber jacket and took her for a good 2 hour rainy jaunt because that's what we do. After I slept for 10.5 hours last night.
I
Oh
don't
my gosh.
understand.
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand.
I feel bad telling it that to someone like you with a mom of 3 kids. I haven't done it lately, but I can pull it out sometimes, and I really needed the sleep. But the most important thing is I took the proper steps, had the proper recipe routine to make that happen.
Teed
And
yourself up.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
A workout, a sauna, a gummy, a good dinner, no screens before bed, no alcohol, and 10 hours, 45 minutes later. And also it helps that, Craig took Max, he woke up.
Yes.
In the morning.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that is the,
That
the ability to do that.
it's not even something I can be like jealous or envious of. I'm proud of you, that I'm happy for you, but that's not even a tool that's in my toolbox. Like even if I was given the space to have that much sleep, I'm not capable of doing that. I don't sleep. That's not how I'm wired. So like, I love that for you. It sounds amazing. I wish I could do that, but that's not my thing.
I don't know. And I feel amazing today. So it's not like it was sleep that I
hope
needed.
so.
Well,
I
but
hope
because
so.
sometimes with that amount of sleep though, you get like groggy and
Yeah, sometimes if
foggy,
you sleep
what I
too
mean?
much,
It's
you're like, oh
that's
my gosh, what did I do?
Yeah. But no, I was
Human
like
body's weird.
on it. All right.
Well,
We're
hopefully
sipping.
next week we'll have some more updates on the move.
Yes, we'll talk more specifics next week, and I'll need some bigger recommendations. So, anyone who listens, please send us a message on how to deal with the childhood psychology of a big move.
Yeah,
Seriously,
everyone has.
that's a big question. So,
Thanks.
all right. Happy Memorial Day.
Bye.
Bye.